Why am I sitting here explaining what basically going to concerts is like you don't know? Hey, welcome to my video. If you're from my Instagram, I love you, and if you're not from my Instagram, love you all the same. Welcome to today's video in which I will be creating this little soft glam and yapping, blabbing, screaming, crying, talking about my experience at the ERAS tour. So if you're a Swiftie or you're just interested and think this video might be for you, then please keep watching. Okay, so two elephants in the room. Number one, I missed last two uploads, I believe. And the reason for that, honestly, is because I pre-filmed, okay, in one sitting, 3 gaming videos, and then I didn't, of course, know it at the time of filming. However, I later discovered that unfortunately all of the files are corrupted, and I've tried my best to see if it's salvageable. It's literally not at all. So I needed to take a break and like regroup. And honestly, this is completely a side note, but that's one of the main reasons why gaming videos are not uploaded as often here on my channel anymore, just because I always seem to have so many different and completely separate technical issues every time I film. And so I kind of don't know what to do about it. So I'm just applying a base for the eyeshadow to stick on right now. Today, I'm just using a light wash of foundation. Anyways, we started thinking about getting tickets for this tour. I believe it was either 8 months ago or actually a full year ago. Honestly, ever since COVID hit, I've been really bad with like remembering timelines, and it shows. But yeah, about 8 months to a year ago, we decided to get tickets for this thing, okay? And when I say we, I mean my friends from Amsterdam. Now, I do not live in Amsterdam, but I have went there before about 3 times, I believe now. So when I was there, I did end up making some friends. And since the ERAS tour is not coming to a country near me at all, basically, I decided that it would be fun to go with my friends from Amsterdam. I'm doing a small intermission to let you know that this is the Hotline eyeliner from Trixie Cosmetics, and this is basically the only liner I've been using since it came out. It's really amazing. I'm not sponsored, by the way, nor was this PR or a gift of any kind, so this is just my genuine recommendation. Moving along. So when we decided that we were gonna purchase these tickets, my friend Blair offered to do it. You know, she knew that she was gonna be on the computer for basically the whole day, and so she offered to do it, and thank you, Blair, so much. The tickets went on sale at like 1 or 2 p.m. if I'm remembering correctly, and she only got them at like 8 or 9. She literally sent me like photos of her walking around town carrying her laptop in her hands. Anyways, so after a whole day of online queuing, we finally got the tickets. Now, they weren't the exact ones that we wanted, but they were still pretty close, so I was very happy about that. By the way, I'm just taking a small, fluffy, detailed blending brush right now and just smoking out the liner a little bit. Okay, see, now that's blended out and looking crazy, but I'm gonna clean up the edges with some foundation. So anyway, like 3 months ago, we naturally start talking about, you know, what we're gonna wear, how we're gonna look, how we're gonna do our makeup, hair, etc. And Blair, who's already a trooper, a hero in this scenario, lets me know that she wants to sew me a dress. And at this point, I'm sort of thinking like, okay, yeah, she said she's gonna do it, but like, obviously, and as I told her, you're not like obliged to. If you find the time to do it, cool. But honestly, I was like, there's no way. And it's honestly way too nice. Like, I don't deserve it at all. But she actually ended up sewing me a dress. It was the anti-hero like t-shirt dress that Taylor wears. Mine was in this like beautiful lilac fabric. So period, I was like, thank you so much, Queen. She sent me pictures and I was like, okay, I gotta do my nails to match. I was really getting super excited. At this point, I started thinking about my makeup. You know, I just did like a regular little lilac purple smoky eye, nothing too dramatic. And I'll pop in a little photo of the makeup and just a little bit of the dress showing right here. I didn't take many solo pictures at the event, believe it or not, because I was just too excited. I also made like 20 friendship bracelets and wore them all, obviously. And if you're wondering, Blair looked like a princess. She was like repping the Lover era, and she had this beautiful like red tutu dress. She was so pretty. glam-diary, and our other friend was Travis Kelce inspired. He wore like the outfit that Travis wore on like one of their first dates that we saw, I believe. So when you looked at the outfit from far away, it seemed like one thing, but when you got up close, it was like Easter eggs. So he really understood the assignment as well and ate down. And then also what was really fun to see was when we got to the arena, I would say about 95% of people really dressed for the occasion as well. And I mean like really went all out. So that was so fun to see. And then it was time to go inside. And I just want to say that Paramore was opening for Taylor. And honestly, that's pretty cool. Like, to have an opening act is great. And to have it be Paramore, I was like gagged. So they went on and they performed some of their lovely hits. We had a great time. And then it was Taylor's turn. Now, I will say, I have watched many live streams, many of videos online. I've watched the Disney Plus documentary. I've seen pretty much everything there is to see about the ERAS tour, okay? But when you're sitting there and all you hear is,
"It's been a long time coming, but..."
like, the energy is completely different. Every video clip I took of the concert is horrible. It's garbage. Let me explain myself, okay? I really wanted to be present and in the moment as much as I possibly could, but I also really wanted some memories. And also the seats that we had, they were pretty high up, so I couldn't really look at Taylor. I more so had to look at her through the big screens at the venue. By the way, I dusted on some bronzer into my crease, and now I'm of course moving on to shimmer. Anyways, back to it. So I really was like fighting. There were two wolves inside me that day, shall we say. I was fighting the urge to be completely present, but then at the same time, like, I couldn't really look at her. I could only look at her through a screen anyways. But then again, at the same time, I really wanted to be there in the moment and sing with my friends. So I sort of, you know, chose the best of both worlds. I did record quite a lot, especially the beginning few songs. Not the whole songs, of course, just like, I don't know, 15-20 seconds a pop maybe. And then as the concert went on, I recorded less and less. Just because the crowd was so fun that day that I feel like everybody was dancing around and singing. And so it felt really good to be there, and I didn't want to miss a second of that. But back to what I was saying, all the clips that I do have, like when she actually started singing and I'm hearing it live and I'm realizing that it's not through a video on my phone, I got so excited. Like, you remember that meme that was like, "Don't sit next to the folklore girl"? I was kind of the folklore girl. Obviously not intentionally, okay? I'm so sorry to everybody who was sitting next to me or close to me Amsterdam night one. Like, I really wasn't trying to sing very loudly or scream loudly intentionally. And whenever I realized it in the moment, I tried to stop myself. I told myself that we're using our inside voices only, but then I got too excited and started back up again. So Taylor, sweetie, I'm so sorry. I have been to other concerts where the crowd was a bit more dead, to be honest, and that really does kill the vibe. But this crowd was really on fire, and so it was extra fun. And also sharing a moment like that with your friends is super important too. Okay, small intermission again. As far as the makeup goes, I just put on lash primer, and now I'm putting on some face primer, and we're moving on to foundation. But as I was saying, going alone wouldn't have been bad at all. I just think that having friends there who are all equally as excited to be where you are is definitely a magical experience. So at this point, I'm sure that everybody who was interested already saw the live stream from not only night one, but nights 2 and 3 as well. So I'm not gonna go into a lot of detail what happened. You already saw it online. More than anything, I just really want to tell you how it felt. So every time she changed outfits, I screamed, okay? Every time it was time to transition into a new song, guess what I did? Yes, you're right, I screamed again. And I can't even explain the feeling when she plays your favorite songs. Obviously, love all of her discography, but every one of us has certain songs that are maybe closer to their hearts than others. I don't know if it's because we share similar experiences. And one thing, this is a complete side note, but like one thing that I love to tell anybody and get everybody's opinion on who I talk to about this is my personal belief is that we have all collectively been cruel summered. Raise your hand if you have been a victim of the cruel summer syndrome before. So the fact that that is the first bridge that she sings, I think is very important and a great choice. But yeah, obviously besides that, we all have our favorite eras, and so when she plays that live, it's completely different. It's also fun to watch your friends get to their favorite songs or like other people around you. I also liked taking a second each couple of minutes to look at the crowd around me. That really was something that sort of grounded me, but also like let me know I was in the right place, because absolutely everybody's energy was immaculate. So with all of that being said, one of my very first screaming moments was in fact the Cruel Summer Bridge. Besides that, Speak Now and Reputation are kind of my two favorite eras of all time. Like obviously, you know, when it's fall, Red is the vibes. All Too Well 10-minute version all day every day. But Rep and Speak Now hold a special place in my heart like since ages ago and still to this day. Justice for Reputation TV, I don't think we'll ever see her. And also, I'm sick of hearing about everybody's theories online. Like, I know we're all excited about it. I know, so am I. But I can't hear another Rep TV theory and get my heart broken for the millionth time, because we're just all wrong and we should just accept that. And Taylor is just gonna release Rep TV whenever she feels like it, okay? Another side note about Rep TV is that Delicate is an underrated song. Anyway, back to the tour and moving on to Concealer. So with everything the way that it is now, I'm personally kind of sad that we don't get more songs from Speak Now. But objectively, I do actually get it. She has so many things to get through, and especially with adding the TTPD era, she had to condense certain things. Now, one thing about the crowd is that I feel like I should say we, because especially me, we're really loud during All Too Well. And obviously with good reason. Besides that, I was also screaming a lot during Folklore Evermore. Justice for My Girl Tolerated. That song also highly underrated before the actual tour started. Since the tour, I feel like people have grown to like it more, which I personally love, but like before then, it was kind of underrated, I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, it was also fun seeing the TTPD set live. After she implemented TTPD as an era, I tried to sort of stop watching the live streams just because I wanted some of TTPD to still be a mystery to me so that I can really experience it live. And I did succeed a little bit because I did not know all of the transitions and all of the choreography. So that was very like exhilarating to see it live for the first time. I am also highly obsessed with that era. And me and Blair both were screaming like banshees. When I tell you, I can't open my camera roll and scroll down to that era at all, because you don't hear Taylor, you don't hear like clapping, you don't hear anything nice. All you hear is two banshees screaming. But you know what? At least we had fun, and now I know why I lost my voice. I'm now moving on to Setting the Eyes and Surprise songs. I am a huge fan of the acoustic set. I just think it's so like stripped down and raw, and that's honestly what makes it beautiful. So she comes out with her, Miss Taylor comes out with her little guitar, and I swear you could hear a pin drop because obviously, you know, they're surprise songs. Nobody knows what's gonna happen. Like, we can speculate, but we don't actually know. And so she gets out there and all you hear is
Lilac short skirt.
And I said, ooh, I need to calm down. No pun intended, but like it works. I have a clip on my phone of me like attempting to film the surprise songs, and as soon as she goes lilac short skirt, I just like, you hear me scream, squeal, and like turn the video off, because I love I'm Gonna Get You Back, and so I really wanted to sing and dance with my friends and the audience. I'm enjoying my time, living life, and she has the nerve, the cheek, the gall, the audacity to mash it up with the dress. I have no words, and neither did anybody else. I promise you, everybody was screaming, and even Taylor in the middle had to pause and say, like, y'all are singing so loudly, because we were. And it was very fierce. As if that wasn't enough, she decides that the next song is gonna be You're in Love, which is one of my all-time favorite songs of hers. I just think it's so beautiful, it always makes me cry. And then she mashes it with Cowboy Like Me. She integrated these two songs so flawlessly that I'm convinced if you weren't a Swiftie and you didn't know that these were basically two songs mashed up, you would not have clocked it at all. Like, there's nothing behind the eyes, okay? There's nothing in this head except for you can hear it in the silence. You can feel it on the way home. You're a cowboy like me. I was dead. Girls next to me were crying. I started crying at one point, like, what is there to be said? It was truly, truly beautiful. And then, so of course, we mosey on along to Midnights, which is the era that I was dressed as, so you know I had to rep extra hard. I also am obsessed with Midnights, by the way. Midnights has some incredibly cool lyrics. We move on to Midnights, and Miss Girl, you know, obviously is singing Karma, and we all are. And then we obviously are thinking that at this point Travis is not there, like, and she sings Karma is the guy on the Chiefs. And I, again, have a video clip on my phone going, Karma is, and as soon as she says the guy on the Chiefs, I like start going and like click, end it, scrap it, can't do it, couldn't continue filming. So at this point, I go to Blair, I go, you think Travis is here? And she goes, I don't know. And I go, okay, weird. Of course, spoiler alert, as you know, so it's really not a spoiler, but he was there. And we saw them leaving together. I promise you, there was not a dry eye in the house. Okay, so now I'm just powdering my face because it's really hot here today. And honestly, I have to be somewhere after this, so I can't melt all this makeup off. So I'm gonna powder, knock it off my face, apply more setting spray, and then hope for the best. But yeah, basically, overall, my experience at the concert was incredible. I think a lot of that has to do with the crowd. I had an incredible time. If I could, I would literally go again. But yeah, anyways, let me just go finish the small amount of face I have left to finish, and I'll be right back. So I'm back. This is the face. Nothing special today, just a little quick beat. Anyways, as far as the tour is concerned, I personally had a blast. 10 out of 10. If you get to see her at any point, go. If you're going to see her on this tour, you're gonna have so much fun. And if you already actually got to see her, I would love for you to tell me in the comments down below, where did you go, what the surprise songs were, and how did you react, and how did you feel. But anyways, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, then please consider liking, subscribing, maybe even commenting, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.